It can be, depending on how you want to do it, and it's all relative, right? But it is somewhat capital intensive because we also own the real estate of our business as well. So that's kind of the biggest cost aspect to it is buying the real estate, getting it converted for our needs, and then getting it licensed, updated, everything that works for our model. So that's the capital intensive aspect of it.
All right, guys, we got Parker here today from Austin. We're going to talk assisted living and mindset, man. Thanks for coming on.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Absolutely. We met through Eric Spafford, so shout out to him as well.
Yeah.
Is that one of your first mentors?
Yes. One of the first, definitely the best. Yeah, I started working with Eric about a year and a half ago, and it's been incredible.
I mean, not many people have it was a 9-figure exit, right?
Yeah.
Not many people have that. So to have that as a mentor is huge for entrepreneurship.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because a lot of people never exit, and a lot of people never exit a 9-figure company. How did you get acquainted with him?
Yeah, so I actually went to a mastermind that he had at his house, met him in person. I'd seen him some clips online. I think first time I heard about him was on Andy Frisella's podcast. I was like, man, that guy's got a really cool story. And then I think saw it on Instagram. He was having a mastermind at his house, went to go check that out, met him in person, and then just saw the similarities in his business with my business, and decided that it was no brainer. I was like, this guy's done exactly what we're trying to do. Why wouldn't I hire him as a coach? So I hired him on the spot, started working with him one-to-one, and then also joined his inner circle group. And I've been in it ever since.
Love it. The Power of Masterminds, right?
Oh, absolutely.
I've gotten so many guests and business deals from Masterminds. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Like the ROI is honestly insane. If I measured it, it's got to be at least 10-1.
Oh, incredible. Yeah. It's game changer. It's like, I can't believe how much power actually comes out of just getting out there, meeting people, investing in yourself, and getting in those masterminds. So
yeah.
Can't say enough good things about them.
You just came from one.
Exactly.
It was in Portugal, you said?
Yeah.
That's pretty crazy. Yeah. I've only been to ones in the US.
Yeah, this is my first international one. It's a bunch of guys that were from the U.S., but they got connections out in Portugal. And the guy who threw it, he's got a buddy that owns a resort out there, and they did kind of a soft opening for us. We were some of the first few guests.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it was incredible.
Yeah, traveling is, I take a lot of pride in traveling. You know, you get a lot of different perspectives, you experience new cultures, meet new people.
Yeah.
I always recommend people to travel.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, you see things through a different perspective, meet great people, just exposed to different cultures. I love it.
Yeah. What were your big takeaways from this mastermind? Anything you find out or anyone you meet in particular?
Yeah, great connections. We'll see, what comes of that. But this in particular, the guy that owned the resort was very inspiring. He came from nothing. He had a crazy story. He started, I think, actually washing windows for Ferrari, of all things. He was an immigrant from Portugal, came to America, started washing windows, worked his way up, just said yes to everything, and ended up getting into landscaping from there, and then construction and development. And I mean, 9-figure, possibly 10-figure net worth. I mean, incredible.
Damn.
Incredible dude. And he's just absolutely crushing it. He's in his 60s now and has just made this incredible life, and just super inspiring to be around. Just one of the most enjoyable, happy, positive people I've ever seen. And to see the resort that he built and all the other projects that he had mentioned is just extremely inspiring. And just seeing his mindset and seeing there's no limitations on it. He started with nothing, just came to America with a dream, didn't even speak English. And see what he's been able to build was incredible.
I love that. Rags to riches, right?
Yeah.
Was it similar for you? Were you starting off pretty rough, or?
No, I had a great upbringing. I had came from a little bit of a unique background. So my parents have a special needs adoption ministry. So I grew up with 11 brothers and sisters.
Damn.
9 of them are adopted, and 7 of them have special needs.
Holy crap.
That was very unique in and of itself. And then came from kind of an entrepreneurial family too. So my dad's an insurance agent with Farmers Insurance. He's been very successful in that. And I actually was originally in the family business, and then kind of parlayed that into what we're doing now with the assisted living. But I grew up just in a family business and around entrepreneurship, and lived a comfortable life with that, and got to see some of the positive aspects of it, and also see some of the struggles that come with entrepreneurship. But definitely caught that bug very early on, just seeing my dad go through it.
Yeah, that's incredible, man. 11 brothers, 9 adopted. Yeah. Only one blood brother, I guess.
Brothers and sisters. So,
brother and sister.
I have 2 biological siblings, a brother and a sister, and then the rest of them are adopted.
Dang.
Yeah.
All in one house. How big was the house?
Yeah, pretty big house. They still got it. It's about 7,000 square feet.
Oh, all right. So you still had your own room at least?
I could have. I actually shared it with a couple of my brothers just because it's a big room and it worked out.
Shout out to today's sponsor, Specialized Recruiting Group. Navigating the professional job search is hard. You know the perfect job is out there, but you're not sure how to find it. The good news is you don't have to go at it alone. You just need Specialized Recruiting Group. You can connect with them at srgpros.com. They're here to guide you and help you find a role that fits, all without costing a dime. They're offering a tailored approach to find your next role at srgpros.com and help you get on the right course. Your local Specialized Recruiting Group team knows which businesses are hiring and can offer you a path to contract and full-time roles. If you don't see the role you are looking for on their website, Specialized Recruiting Group also recruits for confidential roles, so give an office near you a call to learn more. Take the next step in your career by starting at srgpros.com.
But
So that taught you to be pretty giving at a young age.
yeah, I mean, just seeing things through a totally different lens, and a lot of them were international adoptions. So we got to travel and go see and experience those things firsthand. I've spent a lot of time in Haiti, spent time in places all over the world. And so just to see kind of where they came from and experience it firsthand, it's one thing to hear about it, but to go over there and live through it and actually experience that firsthand, totally shifted my mindset, perspective, gave me a lot of a different viewpoint on things in America. And it's extremely aggravating to me when people sit over here and complain about, whatever's going on and whining about, a cracked screen on $1,000 iPhone. It's like people have real problems. And, there's so much opportunity here in America that anything less than gratitude is kind of insulting to people that don't have those opportunities. So
Absolutely. Yeah,
totally shaped it.
that perspective's everything, man. Yeah, I try to stay grounded. Sometimes I find myself drifting apart because it's easy to in a materialistic society.
Yeah.
And then I gotta, take a step back and realize, not a lot of people got this chance.
Yeah.
Being born in America, I was born middle class. So, some people never get that shot.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, growing up in Haiti, I'm sure they don't even have internet in some places.
Yeah. No, the internet's the least of their concerns. Actually, my little brother, who's now 16, before he was adopted, we got him when he was about 20 months old. He was going to be a human sacrifice in Haiti. So
Human sacrifice?
yeah, voodoo over there is real. And
Oh my God.
yeah, they were gonna barbecue him. So luckily he escaped, and through the grace of God, ended up in America in my family, and extremely grateful for that. But
Wow.
internet was the least of their concerns.
I did not know they were doing that over there. That's crazy.
Wild.
Human sacrifice.
Yeah.
Voodoo, man. Yeah, don't mess with voodoo.
No, can't make this stuff up.
Yeah. So how'd you get into the assisted living? Because that's your main business now, right?
Yeah. So to make a long story short, I was selling insurance in the family business, investing in real estate. So I was interested in that from a young age. I got my first property when I was 22, mostly long-term rentals. Started building a small portfolio of that, and started looking at some different things we could do with our properties, and stumbled across the concept of assisted living, and started learning about it, learning about the demographics behind it, the big need for it with the baby boomer generation, and all of that, and realized that there's a big need that's not currently being served as well as it could be. And so that, with my unique upbringing, taking care of people, there's a lot of similarity in taking care of kids with special needs and taking care of the elderly. It's just different stages of life.
Yeah.
So I was a caregiver myself. We also managed outside caregivers, had 24/7 care in my own home. And then that kind of gave me a little bit of experience with that. So it wasn't as scary as it would have been otherwise. And then my mother-in-law actually has a nursing background. So she had worked privately in people's homes and then in big facilities, and saw the need for something in between, which is what we do. So we have a luxury boutique style model that really caters to our residents' needs. And she kind of pushed us to get started in that. She was our original manager, has since retired from the business, but helped us get started. And we just kind of jumped in and got rolling with it, and haven't looked back since.
Love it. The rest is history. So how many locations are you at now?
We've got 4 currently.
Okay.
Yep. And we got 2 others that are in development that'll be built out in the next year to 18 months from now. And then a few other plans after that. I'm going to continue expanding and growing that business, but there's definitely a huge need for it. And we want to serve that need in the best capacity that we can.
Yeah, because the baby boomers are all retiring now, right? They're aging out.
Yeah.
So there's going to be a massive need for this.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that makes sense. This is how Eric Spafford made his money, right?
Similar. So he was in addiction treatment.
Okay.
So 24/7 business, taking care of people. He just took care of addicts, and we take care of the elderly. So a lot of similarities though.
Does insurance cover this type of stuff?
Depending on the specific niche within the industry, possibly. Most of ours is private pay. We also take long-term care insurance, but traditional Medicare doesn't typically pay for assisted living in Texas at least.
Wow.
So
That's rough, man. Yeah, because I just got insurance. It's like $700 a month. I looked at what I get. It's not much.
yeah, it's wild.
You know, even if we still have a kid, it's going to be like 20 grand.
Yeah.
So it's nuts, dude. Insurance industry is pretty interesting when you look into it.
Yeah, it really is.
I mean, that middleman aspect of it alone is interesting. And then you see how much they're making. It's pretty mind blowing.
Yeah, it's wild.
Yeah, it's a rigged system, right?
Yeah.
But you're in a good space where it's private pay. So you're just dealing with people that can afford it.
Yes, absolutely.
How big are the houses on average?
Usually between 4,000 to 6,000 square feet. So pretty good size.
4,000 to 6,000. So you could fit like, like 8 people on average?
It depends on the layout, but a lot of times they're anywhere from 10 to 16 residents.
Okay, that's cool. And is it labor intensive? Is it time intensive?
Yeah, it definitely doesn't. It just depends on the way that you want to run them. We decided to be very hands-on because quality is everything. Your reputation's everything. It is very labor intensive. It's 24/7, so there's always got to be somebody there tending to the residents and being there to take care of them. And so it's 24/7, 365. There's never a day off.
Yeah, so you need a good team in place.
Oh yeah, absolutely. The team's everything.
Wow. Is it capital intensive too?
It can be, depending on how you want to do it, and it's all relative, right? But it is somewhat capital intensive because we also own the real estate of our business as well. So that's kind of the biggest cost aspect to it is buying the real estate, getting it converted for our needs, and then getting it licensed, updated, everything that works for our model. So that's the capital intensive aspect of it.
Why'd you choose to own rather than rent the real estate?
I love real estate and see the value in it. Just the long-term play, the tax benefits. I think it makes a lot of sense for us since we need real estate to operate. It makes sense for us to own it.
Yeah, I think in the long run, it's probably smarter, right?
Yeah.
If you plan on building an empire and selling this thing one day.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Do you have a number of locations you want to get to?
We want to get to 40 locations.
40 locations.
Yep. So
why 40?
A tenth of the way there. I think that for us, it's just the right size for the type of business that we have. That's kind of the sweet spot for if we decide to roll this thing up and sell it, that would be a good sweet spot for us to jump off. So we're working out to about 500 beds. We love this business, love the model, and the goal is in scaling it rather than just going through and building big facilities and knocking out as much bed count as possible. That's what everybody else is trying to do. And so we're trying to change that completely and do something quite a bit different and maintain quality and having these decentralized, smaller communities, 16 beds or smaller, so that as we scale and grow, even though we're going to be a big company with decent bed count, it's not going to be these big facilities, which oftentimes, I'm not knocking everyone. I'm sure there's wonderful ones out there, but in our experience, a lot of times the quality of care goes down in the bigger community. And so by shrinking that down and having a personalized approach, which is what we do, the quality is able to maintain as we scale because they're all decentralized and separate from each other.
Yeah. I think that's any industry. As companies get huger and huger, like the quality goes down naturally, right?
Yeah.
Because they're more focused on scaling numbers.
Yeah.
Are there big players in the space like that have hundreds of locations?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. There's plenty of them.
Yeah. So you can really scale this thing then.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's exciting. What else are you focused on? Is this the main thing?
Yeah, this is the main thing. So the real estate component of this, alongside with the main business of assisted living, memory care, and then we're also launching a home care side of this business as well. So we're going through the licensing process for that currently, but essentially providing the same style of care that we're doing now, but instead of in our communities, they're going into people's homes privately and providing care in their homes.
Do you teach this to other people?
Not yet, no.
That could be the next thing then.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Margins are good in that space.
Yeah.
Coaching and info products.
Yeah.
As you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. The margins are nuts. I'm looking into that too for podcasting.
Yeah.
A lot of people keep asking me how to do it.
Yeah.
And I never know what to say because it's hard to give advice. Like I get hundreds of messages, so it's hard to give targeted advice to each person.
Yeah, that makes sense. And obviously you're an expert at it. So.
Yeah. Yeah. So I need to come up with something that I could just send people right away. Figure that out hopefully this year. A big part of your lifestyle is also health and fitness, right?
Yes.
What made you get into that?
Yeah. So for me, it's just the discipline aspect of things. Running any kind of business, as you know, can be very stressful. There's a mindset that needs to be there in order to be successful. And so health and fitness for me does a lot of different things. It all ties together, but ultimately allows me to stay strong mentally, be able to work through problems and situations better, stay more crystal clear, and operate at a high level. It allows me to just have better energy levels. I can put more into my work, put more quality work out there, which in turn trickles down to every part of our organization. So me being the leader of the company, if I'm not taking care of myself physically, then I'm not doing the best job that I can as a leader. So it's a lot encompassing with that. But to me, health and fitness is kind of the base that everything else kind of plays off of.
I agree. When I work with people, I kind of like judge them a little bit on their physical health, and it's not everything, but it is important to me to work with people that take it seriously.
Absolutely.
You know, because it's a sign that they're willing to dedicate to their health, because it impacts everything, like you said.
Yeah. I mean, everything from appearance to just the mental aspect of it. I mean, we're here, taking care of elderly. And if our team is not in shape and isn't physically showing up well, that doesn't really represent, hey, we're here to take care of your loved ones, but we can't even take care of ourselves.
Right.
It's not really a good image.
Yeah, because it's an energetic component to it.
Yeah.
You know, it rubs off on you.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's actually studies. If you hang around like obese people, like you're more likely to become obese.
Yeah.
Just hanging around them.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
It makes sense.
Yeah, because the energetic component's just like, we can't explain it yet fully, but there's something there.
Oh, for sure.
And I know you surround yourself with, you're very targeted, right?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
So am I. You have to be.
Yeah.
I find myself, when I fall back into bad habits, it's usually because I'm friends with the wrong person.
Yeah. Your circle's everything.
Yeah. How do you choose who's around you? Do you have like a formula or something?
Yeah. No scientific formula to it. I think that just being very intentional. I don't want to hang around anybody that I wouldn't want to trade lives with. So,
that's a good one.
Yeah.
Trade lives with. I like that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's so true though, because a lot of people have money. We both met people with tons of money, but their physical health is just not there.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't want to live that way personally.
Yeah.
Especially if you got kids.
Absolutely.
Because you're representing yourself to them.
Yeah.
You got kids yet?
Not yet.
Not yet?
Not yet.
You want them?
I do. Yeah.
So do I, man. How old are you?
28.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I'm turning 28 next month.
Nice.
Yeah, you're still young.
Yeah.
There's a lot of pressure as I get in like approaching 30s to have kids.
Yeah, me too. Everybody is always asking about it and whatever.
Yeah,
but
I noticed the females. I talked to a lot of girls and they're all like, they're on a clock, so I get it.
Yeah.
By like 35, 40, they want to have them.
Yeah.
You dating or no?
I'm married, actually.
Oh, you're married. Congrats.
Yeah, thank you.
Getting married this year. How long you guys been together?
So April of 2022 is when we got married.
April of 22.
Hopefully
Okay.
work out to
But you were
almost 3
dating a
years.
while before that?
Yeah, we've been together for 6 years.
Damn.
Yeah.
Well done, man.
Yeah, she's
So
been with me along the whole ride. So,
That's important, right?
yeah.
Same with my girl. I was broke when we met.
Yeah.
That's so hard to find. I have a lot of friends struggling to date because a lot of these, I don't know, they're getting chased for the wrong things, you know?
Absolutely.
Just put it simply.
Yeah.
Especially with social media. Like if you have a following, it's interesting to see who's in my inbox.
Yeah. No, I could totally see that.
Those girls were not messaging me when I was broke.
Yeah.
So when it comes to finding a mentor, because I know we talked about it earlier, how you've had Eric and a couple other guys, how do you recommend people go about that these days?
Yeah, I think there's plenty of fake gurus out there. You got to verify and vet who you're working with. And for me, I got to meet Eric in person and see what his life looked like, realize that it's not just, some dude flashing Lambos on Instagram. He's a real operator, built real companies. And then also more than that has the character, because there's plenty of people that have money and don't have a life that I would necessarily value or want to trade with. So finding somebody who's got the values that you align with and has the entire package is somebody that you'd want to align yourself with. And so for me, that was Eric. And it's writing a check for speed. I mean, people are so hesitant, and I certainly was as well.
Yeah.
Just, investing sizable amounts of money into your own personal growth and your own business growth and professional growth is something that a lot of people are on the fence about, think that it's a scam, don't realize, what the value of that is. But I've met so many incredible people through it. It's shifted my mindset, shown me what's possible. And then just, learning from somebody who's already walked the path. That's
Absolutely.
Writing that check for speed, right? If you've spent, for Eric, several decades learning business, learning all these lessons the hard way, and I have the ability to get access to that information by paying for it, then why wouldn't I do something like that? It's been a total game changer for me.
100%. And at the very least, you got the connection too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like even if you don't get an ROI right away, because a lot of people want that money return. They're
Yeah.
like programmed for that fast money. But with mentorship, sometimes it takes years to get an direct ROI, but that's okay.
Yeah, you just got to keep showing up, keep shaking the hands, keep meeting people,
Yep.
and go into it without the expectation of what am I going to get? More so, how can I provide value? How can I connect? And not have a time limit on it.
Yeah. I think play the long game. And like you said, do your homework, because I think people choose the wrong mentors and then they associate mentorship with a scam.
Yeah, absolutely.
But if you're super targeted, like you went after someone that already sold a 9-figure exit in a similar industry, why not? It's perfect.
Yeah.
And I'm the same way. If I were to get a podcasting mentor, I would go straight to the top, whether it's Rogan or whoever's in the top 10 and pay them.
Yeah.
Because that would save me years.
Yeah.
So
100%.
whatever industry you guys are in or watching, do that. Yeah. Find someone that's exited and see what they charge, I guess. Yeah. Do you believe in manifestation? Because I know you're big on mindset.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that energy is 100% real. I believe in God as well. But I think energy is absolutely real. There's no way that I could deny that. And what you focus on, you attract. And so if you're focused on things that make you anxious, all of the problems that could possibly arise, in my experience, those things just magically show up. And so if you're very, very intentional about what you focus your thoughts on, your energy on, and really show gratitude for what you want in your life, and those things naturally attract. And so that's been my experience with manifestation. And a lot of the great things in my life have been thoughts that I had years ago that focused on intentionally, visualized, and now they're manifested in my current life. So I certainly can't deny that that's real.
I love it. Do you have a meditation practice or something?
Yeah, I just do about 10 minutes of visualization on a daily basis. Just nothing too fancy. Just kind of get quiet, get some instrumental music going, nothing too fancy. Just close my eyes and visualize and try to make that a regular practice.
You don't have to get too crazy with it. I think people freak themselves out over these 60-minute meditations or whatever.
Yeah.
Something like that's perfectly fine. Even like just 5 minutes, dude.
Yeah.
Like you don't need to be doing I know some people that do 4 hours of meditation a day, which is fine, but it's like, dude, I got stuff to do.
Same.
4 hours of meditating.
Yeah.
Jeez. I do breath work too.
Oh, nice.
Because you notice it right away, man. Have you ever done that?
A little bit. Yeah.
Wim Hof or something like that?
Yeah.
Dude, I mean, you could within minutes feel it.
That totally shifts everything.
Yeah, because a lot of people don't have that patience for manifestation, but with breath work, you get results right away.
Yeah.
So I highly recommend that. Now, in the sales industry, there's a lot of negative connotation there. People call them sleazy, used car salesmen, all that sort of stuff. What's your take on that?
Yeah, I think it all depends on how you approach it. And for me, I got thrown into sales when I was 18 years old, got in the family business. I was petrified of talking to people. I was very shy by nature. Thankfully, my dad pushed me into it, and he saw that I was my own worst enemy and needed to get over that. So he said, here's a phone book, pick it up. You got to make 10,000 calls.
Damn.
And I did get over it slowly but surely, and very grateful for that. But what shifted that anxiety that I had was viewing it from a different perspective. Instead of making it all about me and how I felt in the situation, approaching it as, how am I serving this person? And it's the same thing now. We're selling assisted living, but we're serving people, and shifting it from focused on myself to focused on how can we help. The anxiety just melts because you're just trying to help people. And if it's a good fit, it's a good fit. But if it's not, then it's okay. There's no sense in forcing anything. But if you show up with a servant's heart and are looking to provide value in the best way possible, then you're naturally going to succeed in sales. And just match that with hustle and drive and making those connections and being consistent with it, and you will absolutely be successful.
That's powerful. I had crippling anxiety in high school and college, dude. It was
Same.
so bad.
I used to wake up like literally vomiting every day from
Oh, wow.
just horrible anxiety.
Damn, it was that bad.
Awful.
What was causing that, you think?
I think one, I didn't have the physical fitness in my life at that point. So I think a lot of it just didn't really have a release for the buildup of the negative thoughts and all the things that I hadn't figured out how to release that. So getting into fitness was a huge part of it. But then also building the confidence of showing up, keeping the promises to yourself. For me, that was the physical fitness, the nutrition, the mindset, but reading the right books, being consistent with all of that. And then just checking where your heart's at in all of it and shifting it from being focused on myself to focus on how I can help others. And that completely eliminated it.
Yeah, I love that because you touched on physical and the mental side. It's not just one thing, it's both.
Yeah.
Yeah, my physical health was so bad when I was having them too.
Yeah.
I was a twig. Now when I hit the gym or sauna, I feel way better.
Yeah.
Like it's so noticeable as we get older. It's like when you used to be able to get away with 4 or 5 hours of sleep, but now when I do that and I try to podcast, I can notice it.
Yeah,
I'm
me too.
way off, dude.
Yeah.
So you got to take everything seriously.
100%.
You big on books?
Yeah.
You mentioned that earlier. Audiobooks or physical?
Both.
Yeah, I'm an audiobook guy, but I try to read at least one a week.
Yeah. That's awesome. Yeah, I'm usually about one every other week. So
I do 2x speed, so it helps.
Good for you.
I had to train myself to do that. I got one buddy that does 4x.
Wow.
And I'm like, dude.
That's a lot.
Are you even retaining this? But he actually is.
Yeah.
It's insane. But yeah, I'm on a health phase right now. I go through like different phases, like self-development, health, business,
Nice.
mindset. What are you reading right now?
Yeah. So right now, I'm reading Hiring on Purpose is the book that I'm reading currently.
I think I heard of that one. Yeah, because you're focused on scaling the company, right?
Yeah, exactly. So
That
it's been
makes
good.
sense.
Eric's one who recommended that one to me, and it's been really good.
Yeah, different books for different phases of life. I know people always ask like, what are the best books? But it really depends on like where you're at and what you're trying to accomplish.
Yeah, absolutely. And just having a well-rounded thing, because I mean, books are so valuable because you're taking somebody's life experience and consolidating it to something you could read, in a short amount of time and gain so much speed and from that knowledge and really propel yourself forward. And getting those different perspectives, I think books are incredible.
100%. Books and podcasts.
Yeah.
Certain podcasts have been game changers.
Absolutely.
Like I've seen Hormozy go on some shows and just spit fire.
Yeah.
And it like...
Andy Frisella's podcast changed my life. I'd done the Live Hard program twice now.
75 Hard?
Yeah. And then Live Hard is the entire program. So 75 Hard's the initial phase of it.
What?
Yeah.
That's already super hard to do.
Yeah. And, that saved my life. I mean, truly. I was in one of the darkest times of my entire existence.
Wow.
Jumped into the business. We went through a partnership split. We ended up having to close 2 of our buildings. Things were really, really rough. And I had my back up against the wall and I was like, I don't really know what else to do, but let me just try this 75 hard thing, see what happens, see if I can just, at least keep my sanity through this horrible situation. And by controlling the things that I had the ability to control, it completely shifted my energy, attracted the right people at the right time, and got me out of a situation that I don't think I would have otherwise.
I love that, man.
And now I've done the whole thing twice. So it's after 75 hard, there's 3 30-day phases that they're similar to 75 hard, but they have a few different things that are tweaked, and you do it throughout an entire year. So it's a 12-month program.
Holy crap.
Yeah. And I
well
did that,
done, dude.
Last year, and then just finished up in December, mid-January for the second year. Yeah.
Well done. I tried 75 hard. The outdoor workout always the toughest for me because it's either too cold. I'm just making excuses, but like that was always the one that got me.
Yeah.
The 10 pages was easy. Drinking water, I do that.
Yeah.
But the outdoor workout, what was the toughest part for you?
I think I don't think there was one thing that was the most difficult. I think it was just the consistency of, being busy with life, everything else going on in the business and making time for those things. A lot of times my outdoor workout wouldn't be till, super, super late in the evening, terrible weather. Actually, on this most recent one, the last day of the final phase of phase 3, it was just like the perfect way to wrap it up. I was out doing some networking, actually in New Jersey with somebody that I'd met through Eric's Inner Circle. Mm-hmm. And anyway, I just did not have time. I'd been on flights all day and all I had left was the second workout. Ended up getting it done at about 3:30 in the morning. It was 25 degrees, snowing, sleeting. And then I had to go take the cold shower after that, which was the last part. And I was like, man, that absolutely was miserable. But, did something that made me proud and was a perfect way to round out the second year of
Love it. Yeah. I didn't know cold shower was part of that program.
Yeah.
That must be a new ad because I remember doing it like 5 years ago. I don't know if that one was there, but I take cold showers once in a while.
Yeah, they're great.
Feels good.
Yeah.
Damn, that's impressive, dude. 75 hard. Yeah, he's changed a lot of lives with that program.
Absolutely.
I listened to that show as well. Shout out to Andy. I think I'm having him on this year. So.
Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah, dude. It's going to be fun. Dude, this has been awesome. Yeah, we'll add this back in. Anything else you want to close off with here?
I was just saying, speaking to myself from a younger age, I think a lot of young men, I'm sure you can relate to this, and your story as well with having your girl with you the whole time. I think a lot of people, I don't think there's a certain rule that fits for everybody, not a one size fits all, but if you've got somebody that's in your corner, that's loyal, there's a lot of value in that. My wife's been with me. We've been together for 6 years. When we started together, she put a bet on me and she, believed in me and has been there to hold me accountable. She's been in my corner. We've slept in the office on a mattress so we could Airbnb our house just to make a little bit of extra money to fuel the dream. And having somebody like that is invaluable. And so I just say for young men out there, build yourself into somebody that is somebody that you'd be proud of and attract those quality people in your life. And if you do have a spouse or significant other that believes in you and is there for you, just let her know. And definitely don't take that for granted.
I love that, man. Yeah. Shout out to Ariel. She's been, near bankrupt.
Yeah.
Lowest of the lows.
Yeah. It's a superpower.
Yeah. Hospital. We've seen a lot at our age.
Yeah.
Without her, would have been tough. I would have been a totally different person.
Yeah.
So shout out to her. I love that, man. We'll end there. What's next for you, man? Where can people find you? And you got any events coming up or anything?
So next for us is just continuing to grow and scale the company, keep doing the same things that we're doing, just getting better physically, getting better mentally, growing the team, getting the right people in the right seats, expanding and growing in the right way with quality. Don't have any events planned as of now coming up. People can find me on Instagram at @Patterson. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. Message them, guys, if you have any questions. Hopefully you launch a course or something in the future so people can learn how to do this.
Yeah.
Because it's probably hard to figure this stuff out, honestly.
Yeah.
I'm sure your first one wasn't easy.
No, definitely not.
Awesome, man. We'll link everything below. Thanks for coming on.
Awesome. Thank you, sir.
Yep. Thanks for watching, guys.